Welcome to channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Now, are you interested in migration to Australia or perhaps visa or study abroad? Make sure you consider to subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell on the side so once we have all the insight and news updates, you'll be the first one getting it. Alright, now it's the end of the year and I shall say Merry Christmas to everybody. And previously we have updated all the state nomination for skilled migrants for the states of Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales, and also I believe South Australia. So those are the states that are mainly putting out newbies where they propose to have new updates, a new criteria perhaps to attract more attention and interest migrants. Now today, as the final day that we're approaching, I would like to update with you all the other states where they don't have much there, but what we can see is how they probably will propose and what they may focus on for 2021. Now, first of all, let's jump into Western Australia. Now, Western Australia, the only thing that I see differences in this website is on the right hand side and right actually below here. Okay, the latest news. Now I noticed that previously you're saying the whole system has been suspended from I think it was late 26 or something August and has never been updated since. Now the only thing that I see difference is obviously it doesn't say that anymore. It says the migrant services will be closed on the 4 p.m. 24th of December and reopen on Monday 4th of January. That's pretty obvious because every offices in Australia now is on holiday seasons. Now they do not have any information yet in regards to the 2021 criteria. I've jumped into the nominated occupation list. It still stays with the 2019 or the old list. So I don't think there's any news for Western Australia, unfortunately. But let's jump into Northern Territory. Now, Northern Territory is interesting because they are still open, believe it or not. Obviously there's a close for offshore application, and they are expected to occur on the new year for onshore, or will be reopened. I believe that will be 4th of January, and they've received all full allocation of what they can do for 2020 and 21, so that including 190 and full 91 visa. Now I've checked it with the occupation list for Northern Territory. It's exactly the same as before, as they have most every single occupation in there because it's classified as a regional state. They have more options to accept more skilled migrants there. So heading to Northern Territory may be a good way to migrate, but living can compare to the urban cities might not be a little bit different. Anyhow, let's move on to Tasmania. Now Tasmania does have a lot of criteria and a lot of information here. So as you can see, 2020 and 21 program updates, they are still remain to be within their interim program restriction. That means predominantly the occupation will be all the ICT engineer, medical and nurses. Okay, and there is an exciting one where I'm going to show you very, very soon, so stay here with me. Again, they received the full quota. Now the quota is not a lot, 491 for 1,400 places. It's actually opposite to Victoria. Remember, Victoria has more 190 because they want more nurses to work in the city. But Tasmania, nah, they want to spread around. 190 is 1,000 places. Now they got very, very limited number of business migrants. It's only 45 places. I doubt how they're going to manage that. Now, approximately 25% has already been used. There's only 75% left. I think that's right. That's what they're trying to say. I doubt why they say that. Why don't they just post the actual number of what's left? Anyhow, that's their preferences. Now, critical roles due to post-pandemic era, that will be the focus of what Tasmania is focusing on. So agriculture, technology, mining, supply chain, all the big high-tech stuff, and also medical nurses. There's not too much of what I can see here. This does not include low-level positions such as railway worker, harvest labor, delivery driver, warehouse staff. So they looks like they are looking to move their level a bit higher. I gotta be very careful because people with better skill might not want to choose to go Tasmania, so they should focus on more attractions. But if they don't, I don't know what their precision is. Probably because they have less places. Probably they only want to pick the good ones. Okay, now moving on. That's the exciting part because they are including chef and cook within their interim program now. So, but obviously they don't like sushi maker and pizza maker. Anyhow, as long as you have a certificate 3 or 4 for commercial cookery, that may be something that you should consider to move to Tasmania. Obviously, you gotta be genuine, ongoing, meaningful contribution to the economy. I think this is very broad. I mean, what state won't focus that? I don't understand, but they put that in there. Now, business migration, they are putting a lot of criteria. I'm not too sure how this will actually attract business migrants as a state of a regional state in Australia, and which is the southern island of Australia, how they could actually attract business interest or migrants. I won't pick that if I want to do these stuff, unless I have a very picky or resources that I want from Tasmania. Otherwise, I think it will be quite hard. Will be quite hard for a general business migrants. All right, let's move on to this is Canberra, so ACT. It's the least talked about state. First of all, because it's a territory, not state. It's a territory. Predominantly work. All the government officials work there, and also the public service working there. It's the territory where they have the highest average income. Okay, so getting there, I think it's quite good, but obviously there's more restrictions there. They even restrict the working hours because they still want the politician to work at the parliament, go through all the parliamentary stuff, so the whole nation will work. So they make sure everything has a higher bar of considerations. Now, going into the actual matrix, as you can see here, although ACT does says they will open up in early January, for obviously, and they should be having an invitation round before 15th of January. So what we have back in October, so November, December, there's nothing going on. Very limited number are being accepted or invited. They focus more on 190, as you can see, but again, 190 has a higher bar. And if you want to know about Canberra Matrix, I might want to refer to one of my videos that I've done previously. It's quite complex. It's actually the most complex matrix ever made within all the states and territory, or even in comparison to the federal government of the Department of Immigration. So they have their one way to go, and they measure everything. So if you want to make sure that you want to get the ACT invitation, better study their matrix, or go back to my video where I have shown you how the matrix works. Anyhow, that's for all the update for the state of Western Australia, Northern Territory, Tasmania, and the Australian Capital Territory for you before we reach 2021. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, so once we hit 2021, all these criteria and skilled migrants out there, you'll be the first one getting all the updates. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.